What's good, family? Live from the city of Los Angeles. It is almost summertime in this beautiful city. June 6th, 2022, 7 p.m. This is the weekly tap in, and I'm tapping in. What's good, everybody? Hope all is well. Wait for a few more people to chime in. Just want to give a shout out to our listeners, those who are rocking with us, been rocking with us, man. We certainly appreciate you. We could not do this without you. So thank you guys for listening each and every week. If you are, make sure you give a shout out in the comments if you're watching this live. If you're watching this on the replay, we appreciate you just as well. Take your time with the rewind, pause, reflect, do what you need to do with this episode and any of our past episodes. So shout out to you guys, the listeners, man. What's going on, man? Lance, what's going on, AJ? I appreciate you, brother. Man, got people tapping in from Michigan. I just gave a shout out to Michigan, man. My mom's actually from Michigan, so yeah, shout out to Michigan. In the building, tapping in as always. It's gonna be a really good episode, man. We're gonna get right to it, and because I've been dealing with a couple of things in the last week or so, that kind of been challenging me. But at the same time, whenever you see a challenge or something similar that you deem as a challenge, there's often a better opportunity within that. So, enemy tried to take me out with some disruption and also some seduction. So we'll be talking about that, man. Can you believe we are at episode number 18 of season 3, man? So we're putting in some work as we should, as we always do. We try to remain consistent. The last time I got ill a little bit, and there was some other things going on. So I wanted to make sure I was 100% when I came back and hit you guys with it. And then, and like I said, every time that I go through a life lesson, I turn it into an episode. And that's how you know that God's talking to you. So whenever I do these episodes, these are coming from experience, man. What's going on, homie? And that's the thing, when you talk about disruptions, right? What does it start from? Right? What is the root of a disruption, right? It's an interruption, right? It's something that takes you off track from your normal frame of doing things or your normal scope of business or your normal frame of business, right? It's something to throw you off. And oftentimes what the enemy uses is who, I mean, he uses family members, he uses situations, routines, you name it. He will throw it at you, right? And this is the thing, and we've had conversations about this in the past. There's nobody that studies you more than the enemy, right? More than your kids. Your kids watch you. What's going on, Samuel? Appreciate it. What's going on, Marvin, man? AZ tapping in, ATL tapping in. I appreciate you guys, man. As always, salute to you, man, and appreciate it. But think about that. Your kids watch your every move, right? So oftentimes we don't really think about that. We talk this shit, whatever we getting ready to tell our kids, but they're not listening to us. They're watching our every move and they're studying it, right? And they're looking for any type of conflict, any type of deviation from norm, you name it. You know what I'm saying? They watch you. And the same thing the enemy does too. And they are taking notes. And when I talk about notes, I mean, what pisses you off? What really, really upsets you? What stumps you? More importantly, what disrupts you, right? What can I throw at you to completely disrupt your flow? What's up, family? Appreciate you tapping in, AZ in the building. AZ showing love today, man. So I appreciate that, homie. My AZ fam always showing me love, and I certainly appreciate you guys. I could not do it without y'all. But think about what they do, right? They watch your every move and they take notes, right? Because they're trying to model behavior. Well, on the flip side of that, what the enemy does is he's trying to figure out what will throw you off, right? What will stop you from functioning. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to disrupt you, right? When we think about businesses, right? You heard the term in business terminology. We're going to disrupt this industry. We're going to break the shit, right? That's, that's what we're getting ready to do. When they talk about disrupting an industry, that we're getting ready to break it. We're getting ready to try to stop it. We're getting ready as its current form, we're going to disrupt it. And sometimes, right, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? When we think about disruption, right? Because without disruption, we wouldn't have a lot of the things that we have, right? We wouldn't advance. And oftentimes we're so stuck in the way we've been that we need our shit disrupted. Not in the sense of what the enemy does, because the enemy's trying to stop you, but we also need to be disruption because this is the thing, right? Whatever the enemy has, right, God can use it for your good. So that disruption can not only just be A negative, it could stop you from doing something if you're doing something negative or doing something that doesn't have a long enough shelf life or doing something that's not in your destiny, right? You should be you should want to be disrupted if you're doing something that's not consistent with what God has for you, right? Because we will take whatever, right? And we're like, man, I know this shit ain't for me. I know this ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this ain't me. This ain't, it just doesn't fit, right? And that's when God will come in and disrupt it. And sometimes it'll seem like a shakeup. It may seem like the enemy's coming to put some salt in the game or throw you off, right? But it's to get you to see something else. So whatever the enemy uses when he talks about disruption, right? When he talks about trying to throw you off your path, God can use it on the flip side of that and disrupt your life so that you can have a better one, right? So whatever happens, right, it's all to the good anyway. And I know that sounds kind of crazy because I've been dealing with some stuff this week. You have no idea, man. He hit me with everything he possibly could. And the reason why I don't share it as much because I believe in whatever you give power to or whatever you focus on or whatever you talk about will expand. So I'm not giving that fool any credit, right? It's a lot of times you'll see the news do that. Once you got a shooter, whatever, we're not going to give him any credit. We're going to let his legacy die right then and there. We're not going to talk him up. And that's what I do with the enemy. I don't talk him up. I say, okay, I know what you did. Me and you both know. I don't need to tell everybody else. I can do something a little bit different than that, right? I can say, nah, 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 nah. I'm gonna flip that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to focus on just that part. I'm gonna focus on something else. And that's the thing, right? When he tries, because he comes with it. And when I tell you he comes with it, he constantly, I mean, even with this, I'm getting disruption right now. People calling, right? And this dude that calls is going to probably keep calling, but he's not going to stop what I'm trying to tell you guys because if that's the case, then mission accomplished. I disrupted. He wasn't able to get his message across. Mission accomplished. And that's the main thing what the enemy's trying to do. If I can get you to stop your plans, because a lot of times when we sit up there and plan, we planning with God. We putting our plans down. We looking for the blessing. What's up, South Central? What's up, Tanisha? You know what I mean? We looking for the blessing from God. So we sit down and we focus on that. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Didn't have my phone off, but now it is. So my apologies about that. But for a second, when you think about it, he's doing whatever he can. So I shut that down right now. He's gonna throw another monkey wrench because whatever I can do to stop this message, I'm gonna do it because this is how movements get started. This is how you change the world, right? One person at a time. If I can, there's what, 7, 8, 9, whatever. If I can tap into one, I'm good. And if I could talk to you about how to focus, because if I can, the thing about it is the enemy is like a pimp. If he can get your mind, your body gonna follow. So the main thing, what I'm trying to tell you guys is don't let him get your mind. Understand when you're getting spiritually attacked because he'll come with it. And sometimes the best thing to do is retreat. The best thing to do is go pray. The best thing to do is go in the house, sit down, be thankful for what you have, and try to get your bearings back together because sometimes you can get hit with a blow that's so tough that it's hard for you to recover even paying attention. So that's the key right there. Don't let whatever, because he comes, and the closer you get to whatever your destiny is, or you making a monumental movement, you got to understand he come with the force, right? But at the same time, what we talk about, right? As many demons here on this earth, there's just as many angels, and God can send them at any time. I get a call every time I'm going through something. Certain cat always calls me randomly out of nowhere to remind me of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'll get hit with so much, you'd be like, "Jeez, you just wanted to stop," and he coming with it, right? The stuff that really gets you, boom, bam, bam, and it's misleading. That's the thing about it. It's like one of the punches. You're like, "Jeez, I almost got my block knocked off," but it wasn't that hard. He just caught you off guard, right? He doesn't hit that hard. He just caught you off guard. Now, if you was up and ready for his ass, he would have never touched you. So that's the thing. A lot of times we start to put our guards down when we up, right? We thinking we up, we protected. We cool right now, man. I'm up, man. It's all good. Ain't nothing going. Whop catches you off guard. Damn, that knocks your whole cap off, right? And you just totally thrown off, and it stops you from doing whatever it is you was doing, right? If you was getting ready to sign up for school, if you was getting ready to handle your business, man. I got mollywopped this weekend. right before I had booked uh, uh, um, a show down in Orange County. It was a big music show called the Nam Show. And I got my boom, bam. He came me with it like a three-piece. Boop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh, my wife telling me, "Hey, you sure you want to go back?" I'm like, "Man, I got to do this tonight." And I had to sit down and focus. And it was one of the best opportunities that I could have ever had and presented to me, right? I got so much exposure. They let me pull right in the front of the convention, had the weed bus out there, my branding was popping. It was a win-win, and it was an opportunity of a lifetime. Made quick cash, had to spend out. I'm going from Disneyland hotel to hotel. It was gravy. But I tell you what, I almost got disrupted. I almost got interrupted. I almost got knocked off because something hit me earlier that day. And I mean, listen, one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. But one of the things you have to do too is you have to understand once everything is good, get back to your plan because the enemy's trying to throw you off. That's it. That's all he wants is your attention. If I can get your attention, I can get you to stop thinking positive. I can get you to start looking down in the dumps. I can get you to start hanging with whoever's because a lot of times misery loves company, right? And we oftentimes go to people who, depending on the mood, right? We gravitate towards some people that we probably shouldn't gravitate towards, right? Some people that are constantly complaining, and people are always, life is just tough for them. I'm like, she's homie, what did you do? Because I wasn't around for this karma. I just keep hearing about it. But what did you do? Because life shouldn't be that difficult. I understand we have our down times. I get that. We've had ours, right? You know, we cars, repo, you name it. We've been through all that. But that doesn't mean that we need to resort to thinking that way. We knew it was temporary. As hard and difficult as it was at the time, we knew it was temporary. And that's the key right there. Whatever you going through, realize it's not going to last, right? The storms, we all hit them, we all get them, whatever, but it's not going to last. Don't let that distract you from the fact that you still got some things to accomplish, right? Do not let that distract you because that's the ultimate goal. If I can get your mind, whatever way I want you to start looking, right? In the past, down, over here to the left and to the right, as opposed to what you should be focusing on, right? That's what I want you to do. I want you to get jealous. I want you to go look at this person's success as opposed to saying, I need to start building my strategy. I don't care if I come up with a rinky dink plan. Let me design my store now, right now. What it's going to look like. If I got an L shaped store, this is what it's going to look like. If I got this kind of store, this is what's going to look like. You got to start putting the plans in action, especially when it gets thick, right? Because that's when you know you're getting close. That's when you know God right there with you. As much as the enemy on your head, God sitting right there on your other shoulder, like, hey, homie, keep pushing. I got you. Don't trip. He's there, but I'm here, right? You're going to still get through this. No matter what the situation is, it does not freaking matter. God is always with you. And as difficult as it is to believe sometimes, because sometimes you're like, man, I got two enemies sitting on my fucking shoulders. You know what I'm saying? These fools won't quit. They coming at me with two guns. You know what I'm saying? But you got to realize if they got two, God got three for you, right? They got three, God got six, right? So it doesn't matter, right? It only thing that the enemy trying to do is take your belief, because once your belief is gone, all that other stuff disappears, right? God's still not gonna let you fall, but I'm telling you though, you got the belief, man. I got guns all around me. I ain't worried about these suckers, especially the enemy. He coming, man. I got flamethrowers. Yeah, whatever. We got ice throwers. Shit. You know what I'm saying? We got whatever you got three times. That's what he's trying to do to you. Disrupt you in the seduction part, right? Let's get to the seduction part, right? Because a lot of times what happens is it's subtle. Seduction is subtle. How is you see something and it leads you to something else. And it leads you to something else. And next thing you know, you don't even have control over your thought process, right? And that's how the enemy works. He leads you to something else. This looks sexy, right? The homies, oh man, it's a party over here. Okay, but that's going to lead to this, and that's going to lead to this. Then I could potentially put myself in this position. You got to turn into a chess player on that ass, right? And when we play chess, we're not thinking one move. Oh man, I'm going to just go to this party. Nah. I've seen cats out here, man, 30, 45-year-old cats, 50-year-old cats getting busted on. And what are you doing at a party? And now that why ain't you ain't falling asleep on your couch with your grandkids watching Netflix? And your ass is at a party. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of things that get you. It's those little small subtle things. I promise you, the small stuff. You got to understand what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And realize you can't fall for seduction. You know what I mean? Somebody trying to stroke your ego, tell you something that you know isn't true about yourself, right? Some people have ulterior motives. Chick trying to, I remember I did a tour. This chick was trying to set up shop in front of the dispensary. She want to play Google eyes walking past me. At the same time, she's thinking I'm security that I can help her get a position. Once she found out I was with the bus, she was on to the security guard. So I'm saying that's how seduction works, man. If I can get your thought, I'm not thinking about your ass. I already know. I saw how you approach. I already know what you up to. You know what I'm saying? Either there's a ticket or you got a scam, and either one of them I ain't with. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. But that's how the enemy works. He works with seduction. Starts with, oh man, come over to the homie house. Next thing you know, you knocking back shots. Next thing you know, you out all night. Next thing you know, you at the strip club or something. Next thing you know, your marriage is on the rocks. That fast, that subtle, that fast. Just happens like that. Oh, I'm gonna ride with the homie up here, this hothead who ride around with a pistol. Oh, we at the gas station. Oh, he got into it with these cats, smack, smack. Two cats get smacked. You got an accessory case. All subtle seduction. All I was doing was going somewhere with the homie, and next thing I know, I got a hot one. Right? Same thing, man. Talking shit about the boss. Oh, well, this cat can't stand the boss. Yeah, fuck that cat too. Whoopty wham. Next thing you know, he hears it. Da 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 da. Seduction. You get canned. It's these small little subtle things that oftentimes we don't pay attention to. And that's what the enemy works with, that subtle seduction. Let me seduce you. Let me seduce you with a good series on TV, right? So you don't write your dissertation. Let me seduce you with some bullshit, some juicy gossip on Instagram so that you don't finish your homework, right? All these different subtle things that the enemy uses to seduce you, right? Music, follow keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, such and such got this. Let me go rush out and try to play catch up, right? You start thinking about that. What are we really doing here? We following what this fool wants us to do, but behind this subtle little small things, how he seduces us. And we fall for it every time. You know what I mean? It's a natural thing that we do. I don't know why we do it, but we fall for it. Right. But then on the flip side of that, again, like I told you guys, whenever the enemy has a tool or something like that, God got a tool so he can seduce you as well. He can seduce you with positive thought, right? That's why it's so important to keep these tools around. You feel what I'm saying? Books, audio books, videos, YouTube videos so that you can go work out. I did a Muay Thai workout today in the garage with Bob. Put hands and feet on his ass. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing right there. You feel me? You got to have it set up. You got to have your tools in place and understand how I need to be set up. Let me have my books. My books behind me. I got plenty motivation all right here. Right? These are all textbooks that I've either used or they're trying to get me to use for my classes. But these ones right here, right up this way, all motivational books. Downstairs, I got some more. I got some more on my phone. I got Audible books. I have a full arsenal for the enemy's ass whenever he attacks me, right? If I need to get back on track. What I'm reading right now is a restaurant design magazine. One of the best things that I got, started reading that. Enemy tried to throw me off, so why I wouldn't read it. So I finally read it today, introduced me to a conference that they're going to have talking about design and some other stuff that I can get for free. But it's put me in the space of I'm actually going to pursue this, right? Me and my family are going to pursue this, and we're going to do it right, right? We're getting a recipe now. We're building our clientele. We're doing that now. But when we get the restaurant, it's going to be everything that a fried chicken restaurant was supposed to be. I promise you that, right? Because I'm paying attention to every detail right now, and I'm being seduced in a positive manner by these things. So you got to get the magazines. You got to subscribe to the things that you want. You got to go get into those industries and start to let it seduce you in a positive way. Not this artist suggestion. I mean, not, oh, I'm going to artist suggestion, Robert Greene, but not the art of seduction on a negative note, because that can happen too, right? You spin out of control, you know you shouldn't be drinking, whatever the case, right? Get your DUI, now your whole life has changed, right? But you can flip that, right? I can go to a conference, right? And being introduced to somebody or a concept or an idea, now my whole life is changing a whole nother trajectory, right? Because now I'm looking at things different. I got an idea for restaurant design. They were like at the tables, they don't put plugs in there, they put wireless chargers. So people just put their phones on the tables on that, right? And they charge the chargers at the end of the night, take them off, put them right there, whoopty wham. You don't even need a plug. Just put your phone down. That's beautiful, right? I may not execute it that way, but that's an idea. Another thing that they talked about was paint and art and having local installations and acknowledging local teams. And we could do all that, right? But these are ideas that I would have never received had I been closed minded or had I let other things seduce me, right? Other things disrupt me. So I have to stay focused, right? And one of the main reasons you stay focused is so that you can pay attention to when God gives you the gifts. Because if you're going through hell, God got gifts for you in the same time, right? What would be the best thing if you walking through hell? A glass of water, right? He has that for you, right? Think about that. So if you're going through the motions, you're going through things, here's the gifts. You have to pay attention now. And that's the thing. I just grabbed that magazine and said, let me sit down and read this magazine. I'm supposed to read it for 2 weeks. Let me sit down and read it. Got so much game out of it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm on the right path then. I'm taking my time. I'm understanding design, knowing what pictures we need, knowing what type of music, the lighting, the whole nine. And it's going to be an experience when you go in there. You're going to feel like you've been went back to 1920 and the chicken's being cooked by, some of our ancestors. That's what I'm on, homie. I don't want to be KFC or Popeyes. We ain't none of that. Virginia fried chicken of the home of fried chicken. That's what we on, right? So that's what I'm being seduced by. So I'm still reading my books, still doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. So you have to, if you feel like you're not on the right path, if you feel like you're not doing the right thing right now, disrupt your damn self, right? Don't allow the enemy to do it. Don't allow the enemy to disrupt yourself. Let me break my own shit. Let me get out of a habit that I know is not right for me, right? Let me break it. Let me start to hang out in a different a group, right? Let me pick up pickleball, man. Let me pick up tennis and go join a group. Let me go pick up racquetball and go join a group. Let me find a hiking group I can get involved in. There's so many different things that we can do out there outside of going to complain, participating with people who ain't going places, right? And I'm not saying shake everybody. I understand some people are fun, but there has to be a mutual benefit, right? If I'm coming in with game because I'm exposing myself, man, I expect you to do the same, right? Or what are we talking about? What we done in the past? No, 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 no. Let's update ourselves, homie. And so far, that's been going on with my circle, dog. You feel me? They've been updating me. The homie called me today. Well, hey, man, they still got the trailer. I know what you're doing, how the business going. You feel what I'm saying? He pumping me up. Man, going good. What's good with that? Y'all do, how's that doing? Man, you know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, dog. And always got, when somebody always thinking about what you got going on and they thinking in your best interest, that's the kind of homie I am. Right. So if you tell me what you up to, I'm on it. Oh, okay. You trying to get okay, man. You shouldn't have told me. And that's how my circle is now. You know what I'm saying? My people, my homies contribute. They tapping in. Hey D, hey homie, hey D, here, hey D, hey D. I'm like, hey dog, come on with it. You know what I'm saying? Drop me lines, sending me messages on Facebook. You name it, dog. And that's the power of that circle. You create the circle that you want. You become the change that you want. You know what I'm saying? For real. He said, "You right at this age, we can't just nah, man. I've seen, man. You watch the first 48, homie. One night, one night changed their entire. Nah, bruh. Nah, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? In my circle, and nobody in my circle talking about that shit either. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. What we doing with our kids and stuff like that. All through my time. That's all I see is homies trying to live their lives, right? But let's take it a step further than that, right? What else we trying to do? Life is more than that. You know what I'm saying? We could start to work on that legacy for these kids. We could start to put some things in motion. You dig what I'm saying? You got to show them, start from scratch. Show them my kids. We started off with one fryer, one easy up. Now we got two fryers, two easy ups. And we got drinks now. We didn't have drinks before. We just do sodas. And now we got strawberry lemonade, right? And we about to start selling sauces. And we trying to, you feel what I'm saying? And it's like we got a 6-year plan so we can play this game. We're not in a rush to compete with somebody. We're trying to make the Los Angeles Olympics, which ain't gonna be here to 2028. So I ain't in no rush. I need experience, right? Because when we go and ask for hey man, we either gonna finance it or ask for the money, and that's gonna be that. Next thing you know, it's gonna be chicken restaurant. I'm speaking it into existence. I don't care. I'm not the type that says I need to keep my shit a secret. Compete with me, dog. Go open up some hot dog shit. I don't care. I want you to make me get better. You dig what I'm saying? What's going on, Stephen? Fifth Ward in the building, baby. That's what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Compete with me, make me get better, homie. Only way we gonna get swollen in this gym is if you keep going up in weight. But if we keep playing around in these 25s, we just gonna be sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Make me get stronger. Make me do something different. Your circle should be your strength. That should be the things that force you to get better. Right? My circle, the homie over here doing this. I need to switch it up and I need to try this. Or the homie's trying this. That's what I love about competition. Right? But it's not in the sense to where you feel like you got to compete with me. You know what I mean? But you motivate me. We supposed to inspire each other. Iron sharpens iron, you dig? So sometimes you need to disrupt the relationship if it's not going anywhere, especially with the homies. If the homie ain't doing okay, well, let me break it. Let's repair it on some other shit though. You did what I'm saying? Let's wrap back around and let's get it right on some business time because we should be moving forward together, right? So that we end up at the same spot at the same time. And even if we ain't at the same spot at the same time, you're coming anyways. So I can come back and be like, hey man, watch out for this pothole, try this out, and make a left here, man, because it's a detour coming up. I'll see you up the way, right? Because you know they on their right path. You know they coming. So you can get him the tools, right? You could talk to him about, hey man, just watch out for this, man. I know you on your way. You ain't got to tell him nothing different. Hey man, the road is gravy. Come on with it, right? Because I told you guys about that. The best person to talk about $1 million is a millionaire or somebody who had $1 million, right? Because they're gonna be like, yeah, you can get there, man. All you gotta do is X, Y, Z. Do this, do that, do this, and do that. And that's the key, right? So the further we go on our paths, the more moves that we make, the more we put ourselves out there, the more we disrupt ourselves and seduce ourselves in different things, the more we can help the homies. I learned about transportation. Now I figured that industry out. I know exactly what I could do if I had 2 or 3 more vans. One to be designated strictly to quinceañeras, the other one to be designated to the airport, and the other one to be designated to weddings and parties. That's it. Constantly running. So I see that now, right? But it took for me to get into the cannabis business and look at the transportation business from the outside in to understand where I could fit in. So don't think that that's off the table because that's probably coming too. I'm telling you, man. And the thing is, it's experience. It's jumping in it. It's putting your money where your mouth is. It's gambling, man. We were so quick to shoot dice in high school and junior high. We putting our money down, $5, $10 or whatever. This nigga got 75 cents. Right. So we need to quit having them type of bets, right? Why are we betting against somebody who can't give us nothing? We need to bet against the universe, which can give us everything. If we're not betting against ourselves in the universe, then why are we betting with these humans? They can't afford our fade. They can't double up. They, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be T-lean, period. Right? That's the only people you should be T-lean with is the universe, period. Because that's the only one that can really take your fade. The rest of these cats can't fade you. They ain't got enough. So why are you putting your faith in them? Why are you gambling with them? Why are you worried about what they think? Don't matter. Push your line. What you up to? What you into? What do you believe in? What are your beliefs? That's the key, right? Because that's where you're gonna go directly in that direction. Period. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Bet, man. What? I'm telling you. And that's the key. You got to bet on yourself, gamble on yourself. I'm constantly betting on myself. And granted, you're going to crap out sometimes. But if you got enough side bets on yourself, you feel what I'm saying? I put another 20 on myself up against that game, put another 20 on myself up against that. I got 2 side bets popping. You feel what I'm saying? So even if I ain't hitting on this one of these gonna pop too. Right? I'm 10-4 with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And that's the mentality we need to absorb, right? Life is a gamble. Quit playing it safe, right? Playing it safe. Okay, cool. We did, yeah. Trying it. I was explaining to somebody, man, the district downtown. I said, man, you can start any business you want, man. LA got a bunch of streets that are just districts, pots and pans district, suit district, flower district, candy district, you name it, fragrances, it's whatever you want down here, t-shirts, jeans, suits, all type of so you can go in there and flip whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about ability, it starts with belief. That's where it starts and ends with. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe you're capable of doing? You'd be shocked once you start to move in the direction in your dreams how the universe still conspires to do. Promise you, it's gonna make it work for you. Just don't quit. You heard Nipsey talk about that stuff. He said the only difference between me and these cats is I didn't quit. I don't have any special features. I don't have any special powers. I just didn't give up. And that's the key right there. You can't give up, right? My podcast, I've been doing this. I'm not giving up. I'll do it for another 3. I don't know when it's going to pop. I don't know if it's going to pop, but I'm telling you, I trust the universe. So whatever it has for me, I'm cool with. I'll keep delivering, keep giving me the content, and I'll keep giving it to them. Period. Right? And I don't know who it's going to motivate, when it's going to motivate, but it will change the world, homie. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the key. That's the key. Is give people the resources, not worrying about it. Empty your cups on a daily basis. I try to empty my cup to you guys, man. Whatever God feel here, man, take all of it. Take the ice, run the water in it, and add here. You could have all of it. Why? I know what the source is. He gonna give me more. And once we have that attitude, once we embrace that attitude, the God will give you more. God will take care of you. Ain't got no worries, right? And you understand that sometimes disruption is good for you. Sometimes it's a necessary thing in order for you to become who you become. I watched these lobsters disrupt that. I mean, take their shells off. Right? I was watching some National Gear. They get rid of their skeleton, and the exoskeleton or whatever. They just plop out and they got a new. And that's what sometimes what you need. You need to come out that shell of who you used to be, because that doesn't matter anymore, right? Unless it's paying dividends, unless you got an NFT, unless you something other than that. If you're not, if the old you or whatever, because we should be constantly evolving. This is the thing, right? If we're not constantly evolving, then we're destined to die, right? And whether it be physically or mentally, because some people are on autopilot. All they do is work, home, work, home, work, home. I go here. I'm a robot. I only do this. It's like, you know, and I'm like, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything else you tried? Because I've had to do it my entire life. I was forced to do it, right? They wouldn't give me no jobs, right? It's still hard for me to get it. Damn, oh, Mr. Cofield, we just don't know. You don't knock it off, right? So I got to that point to where I'm not asking for shit anymore. I'm creating it, right? And if I lose, so what? I'm about to get into another dice game with myself. Me and the universe got another one. He'll take my dollar fade if I'm dead broke. The universe will take it, right? So I'm right back at it. Doesn't matter. I'm already thinking about something else. I just watched a video on this cat who became a city councilman in Compton, watching him and just how he started his businesses. Inspiring me. Now he's a city councilman in Compton. This is all stuff that you can do. Get into politics if you want to change the way your city works. Why can't you get into politics? You can run for city councils. It depends. Go find out what the process is. Go take a step toward your dreams, man, and stop playing around, man. They're not always going to come knocking on your door in a silver box, shiny, directed to you and say, this dream is specifically for you. Here you go. Please. You don't need to pursue anything. You just need to chill. I'm coming to you. It doesn't work like that. God wants to see that you're putting in some work too. What are you doing? What kind of research are you doing? Did you make that call? Did you file the paperwork and mess up, right? Did you do this? Did you do that? Because that's the only way you're going to learn, right? You could talk about swimming all you want, but until your ass get in that pool and start to stroking and figuring out if you're buoyant or not, or can do this and do that, man, it doesn't matter. So let's get cracking, y'all. Let's stop playing around. Let's stop waiting around and like things are going to just naturally come to us. Let's move forward on these things, man. Let's not let the world disrupt us in a negative sense and not be seduced by bullshit, but flip that, right? Let's disrupt ourselves, especially if we're not happy with the results that we're currently producing, right? And let's seduce ourselves into things that we know are beneficial to us, because we can do it. The tools are all around, and 99% of them are free. That's the killer right there. 99% of game is free, right? It's that 1% that charges for whatever reason, and I'm not that 1%. So my thing is this, right? Let's find some tools. Let's keep our tools around us. As a repeat, let's keep our tools around us so that we have the resources to go to when we're being attacked, when we're being disrupted, when we're being interrupted, when we're being seduced by the enemy who's sitting on our shoulders, just constantly throwing darts at us, or using the things that he knows will distract us and pull us off our game. That's the key right there. Understanding when you're in the midst of a battle is so critically important. Pay attention to the signs, right? But understand, as many darts as being thrown at you, God got the remedy on the other side as well. He got the equivalent darts, double and triple the size. So just remember that and always tap into the universe. Don't ever tap into the enemy for more. Because oftentimes when we get into the spell, and I almost went for it as well, we want to take it out on everybody else around us, right? When shit is bad happening to us, we want to kill everything around us. We got an attitude. We doing his dirty work. That's what we doing when he disrupts us, right? We start to do his dirty work. So we cannot let that happen. That will conclude our weekly tap in for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed this. What, like I said, what I'm reading right now is Restaurant Design Magazine, and I'm also listening to Asking It Is Given by Esther. I think it's Esther Hicks. But Asking It Is Given is fantastic. Listen to the book as well. I don't know if I showed you guys, but I'll be glad to show you again. I still have it up from last week. Let me just go ahead and share the screen with you. Let me see right here. Voila. So asking it is given. Make sure you guys check that out, man. Grab that book if you can. I try to share something with you guys. Make sure you guys share this. Don't trip, man. You guys tapping in. You guys can watch it on the replay. Certainly appreciate y'all tapping in. Asking it is given, man. It will be given to you. So why don't you ask for it? Don't ask for no bullshit. Don't ask for something that you think you can afford. Don't ask for something that you think you deserve. Ask for what you know you deserve, right? God ain't got no prejudice against you. He want to give you the world. Stop playing and ask for it. That will conclude our weekly tap in. Make sure you guys join us next week. We'll be back again for another weekly tap in. Those who are listening on the replay, we certainly appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave us a review if you can. Either on Yelp, I'm not on Yelp, on iTunes. That really helps us out. And share this with a friend. Tapping out.